today, so I'll try to be very brief. So once again, distinguished guests and colleagues, it's been a great honor and pleasure for me to preside over the 2022 Summer Aviation Forum. I think we had a very insightful discussion regarding sustainability beyond the buzzwords. We had a number of interesting definitions about sustainability. So essentially, we should understand that nature is not something that we have inherited from our ancestors, but something that we have borrowed from our children. So we have to be careful in order to give this gift to our children in an intimate way. This is quite important, and that raises the issue of collaboration. Collaboration was mentioned several times during our forum. Collaboration among stakeholders, both at the local and global level. And regarding at the local level, obviously, different stakeholders have different agendas, but it might be easier to find a common mindset. And when we talk about collaboration at the global level, it's quite essential, but it's much more difficult. And among others, we have a north-south divide that keeps emerging all the time. Northern Europeans think in a different way compared to Southern Europeans, for example. Another thing that I think is quite important is our emphasis. And traditionally, we've put a lot of emphasis on B2C, business to customers. And so airlines are the usual ones to demonize, unfortunately. But also airports to a lesser extent, and as you know, airports are both B2C and B2B2C, business to consumers, but also business to consumers. I think that increasingly we should also put emphasis on other parts of the supply chain, including B2B, like air traffic control. There is a lot of inefficiency there as well, and that contributes, unfortunately, as well to global emissions. That's something that we need to consider, and that's obviously a win-win in terms of making sure that airlines and airports bring the discussion at a wider level. Also, in terms of the regulatory oversight, we need to make sure that this is as proactive as possible. We don't want regulators who are there to justify their own existence and their own bureaucracy. We need regulators who are there to be proactive, obviously to have strict oversight, but make sure that this is based on rational terms. I think that's quite important. And then the big question is how we can potentially balance democratization of air transport and tourism, which has been the key narrative since the Second World War, together with the very fact that fares are getting more expensive, both because of the energy crisis, but also because of all these taxes and all these other regulatory impediments we mentioned earlier. So clearly we need to focus on out-of-the-box solutions, and technology is there to play a key role. Whether we're ambitious or not, it's a different issue. Obviously, we have a lot of challenges to face, but unless we dream ahead, we will never be able to realize our true potential. So once again, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to